Okay, I wanted to make a quick follow-up video to the trolleys that I used on the kind of garage lift elevator platform here. Got a few questions on it. So these are the ones that I originally used, and I just had them mounted directly to this 2x1 steel. So I just drilled obviously a hole straight through, and I had actually two of these in each corner just to help with some of the weight load. What I found, or first of all, if you were doing that, I actually just went to the hardware store and just got the longest bolt that I could feed kind of through at an angle there, and it still made it through here with a lock washer on it. So I was able to get that mounted. But what I found after a few weeks of use is that these wheels, honestly, they're just too light duty. So you can't really see it on the video, but they're really binded up already. And the load was just too much on them. And that really was just with a couple 100 pounds like myself, maybe a few tools going up and down. So I went from these wheels to these, which is a similar thing, but at least having two in parallel in one unit stopped the wheel from trying to twist it all within the track. Again, you know, these worked a little bit better, but they still sucked, to be honest. And the wheels turn a bit better, but I could tell after just a couple weeks they were getting jammed up quite a bit. And there's also a lot of free play once these are mounted. You can kind of see, if I put it all the way to the left, it's almost out of the track on the right. It's just not a great fit. And this is, you know, all unistrut stuff as well, so it's all compatible. 1 5/8, I believe. So what I ended up going with are these really heavy duty wheels. And it was a pain in my ass because I had to take everything down and redo it. But I just made a bracket out of some angle iron to bring it around here so that I could still bring it up flush with the rail. But essentially, these guys, which you'll probably see the problem when you try to mount this rail, is that whatever screw you put in, and there's one of my kind of lag screws here, it won't clear the wheel or that center piece of metal in between the wheels unless you mill some of that down. So I bit the bullet. I wanted to mill anyway, and picked up this guy used for like 500 bucks, and then used that to take out some of the material in between those wheels. But honestly, this setup is 100 times better than anything I was able to accomplish with this or kind of its sibling there, the double wheel. Those suck. You get a lot of movement, and you can see this guy, it doesn't move at all side to side. You can stand all the way on one side of the lift and it goes up just as smoothly as if you're standing in the middle. So I highly recommend, you know, either getting someone to mill some of that material out or just figuring out a way, maybe with a grinder, with a cutoff wheel to grind that down. It would be pretty time consuming, but like I said, I built this thing, you know, 3 different times trying to use the simpler wheels as a solution, and ultimately upgraded, and it was well worth it. So just a quick video to kind of point that out, and maybe it'll be helpful for somebody else.